Bottom Nation, I met one of my favorite YouTubers. I did not watch a lot of YouTube when I was younger, or I don't really watch a ton of it, but one of the people that I did watch and loved and thought was so funny and thoughtful was Akana. She's been on my sort of dream podcast list for a while. We finally had her. I met her at the Fringe. Her show was amazing. It's going on tour all around the world right now. So go check out her website and make sure you get tickets to that. I saw it at the Fringe. Phenomenal show. She was actually right before me. That's how we met. I was in the same showroom right after hers. And yeah, she's lovely. We get into losing your gay virginity during a threesome. It's an excellent story. There's some lore out there already about it. Now we're going to hear the full thing. And yeah, I'm going on tour. Omaha, St. Louis, Appleton, Wisconsin, Houston, Tampa, Orlando, Albany, Syracuse, Burlington, Vermont. There's one more. I can't remember. But AshleyGavin.com, get a text when I'm in your city. And then patreon.com/WHGS. We just did a great bonus episode with Maddie. Thank you, guys.
Listener, this episode is brought to you by Helix, my absolute favorite brand of mattress, best one I've ever had. And you've probably been feeling a little nip in the air, a little chilly chill running down your spine. Time to get cozy, comfy. Cuffing season, curl up with a girly in your mattress. And that means you gotta have a Helix. Don't just take it from me. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress pick by GQ and Wired magazine. It's even recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. And right now, Helix is offering up to 25% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Oh, I was talking about the first time I had gay sex.
Yeah.
It was a threesome. It was my good friends. They're also YouTubers, Stevie Bobby and Gabby Dunn, who is now Gabe Dunn. We were all hanging out. And then I'd mentioned I've never had sex with women, but I'm bi. But like, how can I know if I've never had sex with women? I mean, you like put something down.
I know? Maybe there's like a way that 2 really confident hotties could teach me.
And they did. They did.
Bottoms! Big day for the bottoms. The bottoms are the listeners.
Yeah.
Oh, are you the bottoms?
I'm a bottom, yeah.
But plural?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we're into it. We are into it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I am multiple bottoms, yes. So give her multiple bottoms energy.
Well, you're bisexual,
yes.
Which I only found out about. You know what's crazy? I have been watching you for years. I'm sure you get this all the fucking time. Because you're not just internet famous. You're like insanely internet famous.
Oh my God, thank you.
You're huge.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to internalize
bottom.
that. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, internalize it.
Yeah.
You're a massive bottom. You bottom for millions. But you don't. You do top. You do top in the video.
I have top energy, which is the problem, because when I date women, I'll very often attract bottoms. And I have to be like, no, I'm the bottom.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like, I'm the sub. But I think it's because I have such Masc energy in my career.
Oh, okay. In your career.
Yeah. That like a
in
lot
that
of
you're so successful.
Or just like
you've made so much money and you have so much clout that you have climbed the ladder to top. You are socially top.
I guess I don't feel that way, but I'll take it. I'll take the compliment.
Why don't you feel that way? I'm shocked by this.
I don't know. I think there's always someone bigger than you, right? Like you're always kind of looking at the next thing. I don't know if you feel this way, because I look at you and I'm like, wow, you look like you've topped.
Thank you.
At the internet.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think my problem is the internet the internet is so constricting.
Yeah.
With your, but yeah, these bottoms have been very good for me.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So when bumping into, I'm going to tell you the whole thing because I've been holding this in.
Okay.
So as soon as I opened up my schedule, I saw that you were in the show before me.
Nice.
And you had been following one of my co-hosts on the show, Maddie Weiner.
Yes.
I don't know if you know Maddie that
Not
well.
personally, just a fan.
She's really funny.
Yeah.
And when you started following her, I don't know how I figured this out, but I said to Maddie, I was like, Maddie, Anna Akana is following you. And she was like, oh, do you want me to reach out? And I was like, no, I'm going to long game this.
Oh, hell
I'm
yeah.
going to find a way.
Yeah.
And then months later, doing the Fringe, see that you're right before me. And I thought, should I message her? I'm not going to message her. I'm going to fucking long game this.
Okay.
I know that we will cross paths. We must. We are literally physically in the same place. You're on top of me.
Exactly.
Schedule-wise.
Ugh, but I want to be a bottom.
So don't flirt with me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, you can.
I mean, you're in a
There's
relationship.
no
I respect
co-host.
that.
It's open.
Yeah.
There's no co-host here that usually balances out. The point is that I was like, Anna Akana is right before I'm gonna meet her, and I am gonna be cool.
I gotta say, you
And
played
then
it so
I
cool.
Did.
You
I
did.
played it so fucking cool. And I was like, oh, I don't know if you want to do my podcast. But I actually had no idea you were bisexual.
Why?
That's not the content that comes up for me.
That's so weird.
The content that comes up for me was me and my sister used to watch your content.
Aww.
She loves YouTube a lot more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like so worried I'm not in frame. Doesn't it look like I'm
you
not
wanna
in
check?
frame?
Here, I'll
yeah,
check.
do you mind?
I'll check.
This will be a super raw.
Oh, it's kind of it's kind of cut off.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm back.
Here we go.
If you didn't catch it, Anna was flirting with me.
I'm
That might have been
denying it.
out of frame.
Yeah.
It's possible that
Put
that
it
did-
back in frame.
Put it back in frame.
We'll
Alex,
get it in.
do what you need to do with
We'll
that
get it in
footage.
frame.
But maybe some sort of animation of this like slowly moving down and like hearts or something. But yeah, I wait, what? I tried to. I'm flustered. I tried to play it really cool. Oh! Me and my sister used to watch your comedy content.
Yes.
She was always introducing me to YouTubers because I didn't really watch YouTubers the way she did, but I did watch the people that she sent me. So I watched you. The other one that I really loved was Community Channel.
Oh, I love Natalie.
yeah.
She's
Do you know
so
her?
good. Yeah, she's amazing.
She was huge for me.
Oh my
like
God.
actually influential on some of the earlier stuff that I tried to do on the internet that I gave up on. I don't know how you guys fucking
Oh man,
do what you do.
I used to get called, and it was a compliment to me, poor man's Natalie Tran, poor man's Community Channel all the time, and I would be like, oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's so funny. I
Is
wish
she still making stuff?
No, she has a production company now. She works in she's like a corporate boss lady, but she just was like, I think she just got disillusioned with the internet.
Can you, this is so not on topic, but can you stay in the internet? Can you stay? Has anyone stayed? No one has ever stayed.
I mean, I'm still making
Don't.
shit.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Jenna Marbles
Gone.
gone.
Because of the fish.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she quit because she had fish and they died or something, and people canceled her, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't research how to have fish best, and so she left. Yeah, it was really sad. I was like, no, Jenna, it's okay.
Because people come after people for real reasons, but they also come after people for fake reasons.
Yes.
And in both of those, you should allow someone grace to be able to grow and change, but there's no such thing on the internet.
Yeah.
People want a fast result, and that is not how growth or change happens.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, if you have had growth or change, how the fuck are you supposed to prove that without being pompous?
Yeah, everyone
Without
just
having
assumes
800
you're
fish.
apologizing for just because you want your career. And you're like,
Exactly.
No, we're human.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So you're still doing it, but not a lot of people, and we are living through an epic cancellation period right now.
of me, you.
No, Mr. Beast, Cody
Oh.
Co, the girls on the Brooke Schofield.
Oh,
I mean,
fuck.
a lot of people are getting
I
canceled.
just saw that Mr. B shit, I think yesterday, and I was
I
like,
don't
that's
follow
not
this
surprising.
stuff, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not a Beast fan.
No way.
Yeah.
You're not a 5-year-old?
I
You're
don't.
not 12? You don't want to watch a pickup truck drive 1,000 feet over other pickup trucks?
Dude, maybe I need to start making this content because the amount of views it gets. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I have seriously thought about that. I've seriously thought about like blowing all of my funds on a mansion and putting lesbians in it.
Yes.
And running my own sort of like lesbian reality thing. And
Yes. Where's the lesbian Hugh Hefner? Let's
Where
go. Let's go.
This is my fucking brand, dude. That's crazy.
I love that for you.
Oh, I gotta get a robe.
Yeah.
But now you're bisexual.
I am bisexual.
Well, you've always been bisexual, but now
Yeah.
I know that you are bisexual, and I found that out in person, one flight of stairs down
at the show.
at the show, and that was big for me. And I still was cool.
I will say this, you played it very cool. I had no idea. Like, I was looking at everyone on the bill and I was like, oh, let me like watch everyone's shows or like follow them. I was like, oh, Ashley already follows me. I guess I'll follow her. And then we met and you're like, yeah, I've watched your videos.
I didn't say a fucking word.
You were very good.
I opened the DM, I wrote, I deleted, I put my phone. Because you know what? You don't think this about me. Sorry, I'm talking to the bottom.
You're good.
You don't think this about me, but I actually have a lot of self-control.
Good for you.
Thanks.
I don't. I'm in the DMs. I shoot my shot. I'm always like, whatever.
What's your love life right now? When did you? I usually do like 3 gay sex stories on this podcast.
Sick.
But when we don't have the co-host,
Yes.
I don't know what the format is. So
Okay.
this can be more
Yeah.
interview conversation, whatever it turns out.
Love life right now. I got out of a year-long relationship in April. So I'm kind of just taking a break because I knew Fringe was coming up. I knew tour was coming up and I'm tired.
How long was the relationship?
About a year.
Oh.
Yeah. But then before that, I've been a serial monogamist for the most part. But yeah, it's been tough dating in LA. It's just been really bizarre.
People are. Where are you from originally?
Well, my dad's military, so we moved every 2-3
Everywhere.
years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like dating in LA has been really rough, as I said. Like a lot of bottoms. Just a lot of, and like I feel like the masks are
Like the men too?
yeah, a little bit. Or just like Peter Pans, you know?
Yeah.
So both of them it's tough. But like I do feel like the masks are so in demand in LA that everyone you meet
I've
a
heard
femme.
that there's
Yes.
a mask shortage.
There is a shortage of masks.
That's funny to me because I don't want to reflect on my own game and think it's a supply and demand issue. I'm pretty proud of my game and I don't want it to be like economics.
Well, you know, I
want it to be my
you
charm.
got something everybody wants. That's fine.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. I think that's true on the flip side too for gay men, that there is like sort of everyone wants a top.
Yeah.
Do you find the masks are? This is what I hear from the femmes. They get sometimes annoyed that the masks turn out to be bottoms.
Like a soft butch?
I don't know. I feel like I meet a fair amount of masks at my shows that I kind of zero in on that are actually pretty masked, but they're quite bottom. Not that
Yeah.
these things have to align.
Yeah.
But like, you know, when you're out in the wild and you're making
marketing.
assumptions. I also feel like I can always recognize a femme top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like that too. I feel like there's an
scare
energy.
the shit out of you.
Yeah, they're very intimidating.
Yeah, they're super intimidating.
very dominatrix energy.
Yeah, super dominating.
Yeah, I think I appear in energy, and maybe I'm wrong. You tell me.
I don't get
You don't get
sexual
bottom.
top from you.
Oh, okay, good.
I get
good.
I get more switchy.
Oh, I can switch, but I don't want to. Like I can, I don't want to. I just want to be the bottom. Like that's the hard part, I think.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're doing. Like when you're in a long-term relationship, I think I no one's a true anything, right?
Yeah.
Like when you're with someone for a really long time, you're doing all kinds of
Yeah.
weird.
I don't know. My year-long relationship, I was with I think a true top. Like never wanted to bottom. Didn't
True
even
Top is
True
my
Top-
favorite show on HBO.
Oh my god.
I love True Top.
I love the spinoff on CW. But I did feel like I almost was like, are you a dom? Like he was very, just never wanted to even be Little Spoon. Just
in a
full-
man.
Yeah, in a man.
That screams red flag to me.
Oh, really?
Because I feel like at a certain point with a dude, I'm going to need to see you cry.
Oh,
And I'm not been with a man, obviously,
Yeah.
but like, I feel like because like it's so hard for men to
Yeah.
be sensitive
Yeah.
and to like let their walls down.
Yeah.
But we're talking about two different things. We're talking
Yeah.
about sex and we're talking about
Yeah. I mean,
emotions.
emotionally, I definitely saw a softer side.
Okay.
But
that's
it was
good.
sexually, it was pure, true top, which I love. I'm like, I make so many decisions in my career and in emails. I don't want
Right.
to say a fucking thing.
Yeah.
in the bedroom other than what you tell me to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to be on top. I'll be on top if I have to, but I'm like, I don't even want to sit up.
Like if you're injured,
if I'm entered,
if he's injured,
if he's injured,
you'll get on top.
Yeah.
If there's like a lumbar issue,
Yeah, if he threw at his back, that's fine.
I'll climb up there if he. Yeah.
But I do feel like I'm a power bottom. Like, I move around a lot.
I don't just slide. I'm on one end of the bed. I'm on the other end of the bed. I'll stand up.
You've got like, you do a lot of movements down there. You buck around. Like, I do feel like it's not just
Part of
starfishing.
bottoming is making the top feel like they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And that's vocal.
Or like they're in a rodeo. Like maybe they don't have control and they need to rein it in.
Right.
Yeah.
You're talking about
That's what the top feels.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. You make them feel like bigger than they actually are, kind of deal. When did you come out?
I came out in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a girl who I really liked in high school, and I think I told her like, "Oh, I like you," and she was like, "Oh no, you're just a straight girl trying to be interesting."
Oh. So wait, this is many years ago.
Yes. So when I first thought I was bisexual, I had a girl tell me, "No, you're not bi. You're just like trying to be interesting." And so I was like, "Oh, I'm just a straight girl who just has crushes."
Really fucked up.
Yeah, I think she also was dealing with some like internalized homophobia or something. So
Was she openly gay?
No. But she definitely was gay.
Very masculine.
Yeah, very masculine. Would always say, "Let's kiss at parties for fun," and like, but like anytime I was like, "Oh, is this the thing?" She'd be like, "No, no, no."
See, that's funny. I've said this on the pod before, but the idea, girls kissing at parties for male attention, I was so gay that I felt like that was off limits to me. Like if I did that, people would be like for me, male attention, I didn't have any male attention. Yeah. So the idea of getting male attention through being lesbian, that's like so thinly veiled. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like everyone would have known. I mean, I was so into girls.
Yeah.
I was afraid that if I kissed a girl in front of anyone, I mean, people would.
They would know.
They would know.
That's so
I
interesting.
mean, they already knew.
Yeah.
Everyone knew.
Oh, yeah. I came out to my parents and they were like, "Yeah."
Really?
Yeah, they did. They were like, "You ride a motorcycle and you're like, literally, like we watch." I also used to dress like really bi, like just always flannel, always boots, like had a little bit more of like a rocker alt edge. And my parents were just like, that makes sense.
You were kind of a little goth girl.
A little alt. Yeah.
Alty.
I wasn't full goth, but I was very alt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no one in my life was like, "Oh my God.
Right.
You're so safe."
And the girl you like were into this girl and she denied you and told you that you were straight?
Yeah. She just was like, "No, we're just doing this for fun. You're doing this for attention."
Oh, and you actually kissed.
Yes, we would kiss at parties. And like her whole thing was like we're kissing for male attention. That's what we're doing. We're straight girls. We're like, we're being interesting. So I think she had the opposite.
She's
from
a
you.
fucking idiot.
Yeah. I was like,
Because if I could get a girl to kiss me for attention and she was like, "I am bisexual,"
yeah,
it would not matter who she was.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's get the I mean, I would have hooked up with I mean, literally anyone.
Wow.
Any girl that gave me attention. I have not talked about this enough on the podcast. Any woman that gave me attention in middle school, high school was my wife.
Wow.
You know, like
yeah.
I was so desperate for that. So I loved women. I loved women.
I can see that. And also I can see how you'd be like, "Well, I can't pretend it's like we're just straight girls doing a thing," because you're so
right, exactly. And it felt so natural that I was like, the whole thing when you're in the closet, when you're monosexual, is that it looks so unnatural. Like everyone can see when you're flirting with a guy or even talking about being interested in a guy. I mean, that's why I think with Taylor Swift, although I probably shouldn't like come for her, but like one of the reasons I think she's gay is because I just have a really tough time watching her. She looks most natural to me, like in 8 sweaters, like playing her guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where she looks like I might cut this out, honestly. I don't need the Swifties coming for me. Everyone loves her and Travis.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just bleep the name.
Yeah.
But she just like, when I see her playing her guitar, like
Yeah.
seeming very natural, like not with the leotards and the dancing, I'm like, that looks like really like I'm getting her essence.
I do feel like she's bi at least.
She's gotta be.
I feel like she has to be. There's been too many things over the years where I'm like, this bitch is
I
not
know.
straight.
Also, do you think she's just crazy at edging in bed? Like the way she's edging the public with the bisexual thing, I'm like, what the fuck is she doing in bed?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The patience that she has.
I bet. I can't even fathom what's going on in there.
Yeah,
you know, like I'm like, I need to witness it.
Anyway, but yeah, I think for me it was like, even at a certain point in high school with my friends, I could do it with my camp friends because they weren't with me all the time. But with my school friends, I didn't even try to pretend to have crushes because I was just like, it was too much of a lift to even pretend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, can I ask? You can say no to this question, but
Oh,
like,
I'm an open book.
oh, sick. I'm so curious in terms of like, because we were talking about male attention. And
Also, speaking of topping, it's nice to be topped on my own podcast.
oh, sick. Let's go. You're gonna answer my question now.
Okay.
So you've talked. I saw your show. Obviously, it was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, and yours as well. We got to
Thank
get
you.
into it.
Yeah, but you have the loss of your father so young, and we're talking about male attention. And I'm so curious, how does that factor into your life? Then
I was gay immediately.
You were gay
The minute he died, I thought I should fuck a woman.
No, you were gay before that.
Yeah, of course. I was so gay.
But do you ever find yourself seeking male attention in that capacity because he is no longer in your life? I mean, other than Fred, your therapist, who you talk about?
Are you plugging my show?
No,
We gotta plug your show.
I'm genuinely curious.
No, I don't think I need it.
yeah.
I think my mom thought I needed it.
Like a substitute father figure?
Yeah, I think my mom thought that was important a couple times. But honestly, I think I have more mommy issues than I have daddy issues.
Interesting.
You know what my therapist said to me once that I debated putting in the show? He was like, "Your dad's dead." Well, he didn't say it like this, but he was like, "He's gone."
Yeah.
Like, you can metabolize that and work through it. But the relationship you have with your mother, which is not easy, is ongoing. And it might never come to a point where it's like resolved.
So were you dating your mom when you were growing up?
I was absolutely dating my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I'm gay. No, that's a very thoughtful question. Very interesting to get topped on my own podcast. Kind of feels a little irresponsible.
Oh, well.
But do you have a podcast?
I don't. I used to have one, but I was like, this is too much. I can't do this.
You're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
Maybe you
Thank
miss it, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is actually searching for my dad, but it's gendered for me because I'm interested in women. But I like the jokes that I made in the show, like on an emotional level, to just be baby. Like I definitely can get into like the mommy thing,
Yeah.
like being babied in bed. I can definitely like get there.
Okay.
Is that what you're trying to get at?
No. I was just curious for a lesbian who has the lack of male attention in your life, if you were finding that was coming up for you. Because I know as
male attention is like so complicated.
Yeah.
And I am totally on the periphery.
Interesting.
When I look at straight bisexual women who date men,
Don't get it.
It is so complicated.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's easier to be a lesbian.
Yeah.
Because we're just
100%.
over here.
100%.
And it sucks to be over here because no one ever includes us in things and we're invisible. But at the same time, watching my sister date, she's straight.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is...
It's awful.
They are horrible.
I also feel like that's why men hate lesbians so much, because they're so used to being at the center of every narrative. They don't factor into anything with lesbians.
But when you find that nihilism, a guy and a lesbian can be the best of friends.
That's so true.
Because
I see
then
it.
the only thing left between you is a love of pussy. That is the only thing that you have in common. And that is core to existence.
Yeah.
Like if you burn everything away, love of pussy is at the center of the universe.
Oh my God.
So that's like a very nice...
true friendship.
Yeah. What was your first... So you would kiss this girl at parties.
Yeah.
And by the way, we have Anna on the show, I think primarily to promote her tour.
Oh yeah, thank
So
you.
you have a tour of your show.
I do.
I cried twice during it.
Oh, thank you.
Very emotional, very funny.
Thank you.
Everyone go see it. What cities are you going to? It gets darker.
It gets darker. There's a lot. I'm doing a bunch of U.S. and Canada dates. So
Okay.
I should memorize them. I don't have.
But
them.
you're going and they're on your website.
Yes,
And you should go.
AnnaAkana.com.
I will say it is dark.
yes.
It's almost visceral at parts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you brought the tears out of me very quickly and I didn't see it coming. So I will say if you're going to go see it, prepare yourself.
Yeah. Trigger warning. Suicide.
Yeah.
Lots of suicide.
But it's really good.
Thank you.
It's really, really
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
And thank you for doing it. But you kiss this girl.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, maybe I'm bisexual because I like this woman. And also you were so brave to be like to her, like, I think I'm bisexual.
Yeah, I don't know if I said bisexual. I don't know if I had the term yet, but I was like, oh, I think this is something. Because she was also, like, I don't know, it was so weird to be like, oh, this girl looks exactly like any boy I'd have a crush on. And, like, we're kissing.
Oh, she was really masculine.
She was really masculine. She has short hair. She was so gay. I don't know why I couldn't see that as a child.
Why couldn't she?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because the boys aren't. The boys aren't looking at her like that's hot. Would she kiss boys?
She would. She would pretend to have crushes on boys.
And they were into her.
No. But she would skateboard. She like wore a backwards cap. You were like, this bitch is gay. But then like break the fourth wall. But yeah, no, she just was like super in denial about it. And then I carried on, like every time I had a crush on a girl, I was like, oh, but that's not real. That's just something that straight girls have. So I never thought those feelings were serious. And also, like, it usually was like I would fall in love with a girl after being really good friends. And so I was just like, oh, but this is because we're just really good friends that I have these feelings for her. That's normal. And then finally I talked to my really great friend, Ash Perez, who transitioned. But at the time we were talking, he says I can mention that he was a girl when we were talking. And at the time, Ash said, like, well, I'm bisexual and I've only ever been attracted to one man in my entire life. I've only ever dated women. I've only liked one man, but I am still bisexual. Would you deny me that label? And I was like, oh.
When was this conversation? In high school?
No, this was in 2017.
Oh, I was like, that is like
No.
wisdom.
Yeah,
from
Ash
a
is
17-year-old.
amazing though. Like, yeah, it really opened my eyes.
Creator?
Content creator, writer,
Okay.
fantastic human being. And he was just like, no, babe, like you're bisexual. Like the fact that you've had these feelings for women, even if, because I didn't have a sexual relationship with a woman at the time, so I thought it wasn't valid.
You hear that all the time from bisexuals, and I
Yeah.
do think it's harder because for me, I knew I was gay because I never had any other feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which makes me feel like you hear this narrative a lot from bisexuals. It's like, but for me, it was like women. I mean,
Yeah.
romantically, sexually, I felt nothing for men.
Yeah.
So for me, it was always like, God, I hope I'm bisexual. I hope I meet
Yeah.
some man that makes me
Yeah.
feel the way that women feel. That would be so convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were your friend, Ash, I mean, that would have like, I would have been like, I'm marrying this guy.
I know.
to avoid that whole,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So how long were you going through life like getting wet for women and being like, well, everyone feels that way?
God, my whole life. Like Rachel Weisz from The Mummy. I was like, look at her. My God.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser and her on screen. You were just like, I'm feeling things. I'm feeling things.
Okay, but Brendan Fraser?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
you're a weirdo.
yeah. No, back in the day when he was an action star?
Okay.
Are you kidding?
I actually don't know.
Tarzan?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Amazing. I mean, you're a lesbian. You wouldn't get it.
No, I don't get it.
But like beautiful. And
The
Leonardo
Whale,
DiCaprio.
so hot. Brendan
This was
Fraser,
the 90s. This is Brendan Fraser. And even now, he's a sweetheart. He has experienced some trauma. He's still hot to me.
Is he okay? He was gone for a while.
Yeah, he experienced a lot of like sexual abuse and came out.
Okay, well now
yeah.
I have to cut him and make fun of Brendan. He's gay?
No. Oh, sorry. No. He did not, but he was abused by men.
Okay.
But he was abused by men. No. He came out about abuse.
Great. Sorry. I'm sorry, Brendan Fraser. I'm sorry to all the Brendan Fraser heads out there.
Yeah, no, but and then I think once it was like, I don't know, later in my life, later in my 20s, I just kind of finally accepted like, no, these feelings are not a straight person because I'd talked to so many straight girls who were like, I've never felt that way about women.
Yeah.
And so then
Well, I haven't talked to them yet.
No.
But
I mean, I'm sure you could switch them all.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I came out as bisexual at the Streamy Awards because I was drunk. And I think it was a really intense year where they were trying to like ban gay marriage again or something. Like there was something political.
I think that's
happening.
this year.
It's every
I think
year.
that might have
It's
been
every year.
Every year.
Yeah. But it was like intense this one year. And so
About how long ago was this?
this was like 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Streamy Awards, you have to forgive
Yes.
me. I'm a bad creator.
no, you're fine. It's a weird award show for creators.
I'm such a bad creator.
That's okay.
I really don't do the research and I don't pay any homage to the art form.
That's good for you.
Well, I'm really over here because out of necessity. And it robs me of energy. I don't know. Stand up like feeds me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Do you have a team now to just deal with that for you or no?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
But I still read the comments.
Oh, God.
There's something.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I hear you. The comments are
Do you still read them?
I do. And I don't.
What is wrong with us,
I
dude?
don't know.
What's a comment that's like made you?
Oh, man. The one I'm wrestling with a lot lately, and I don't think it's true, but it bothers me, is when people say, I'm glad my sister died because I can have a platform. And it makes me so angry and so sad because it's so dehumanizing. And it's so much like, oh, you have no idea who the fuck she was and how much I loved her. And what I hope you never know what it's like.
The video that you put at the end of, I just lost it.
Yeah.
Because I loved her.
Yeah.
I only had that little snippet, but.
Yeah. And it infuriates. I had a reviewer who, it was a good review, but he was like, oh, well, thank God. Because she's got this, so she can monetize it.
But don't you think that's a callback to your own?
It was,
joke?
but the way it was put was not that. It was not. It was snarky. Like I can read snark from like quoting a joke or doing whatever, and this person was almost a little snarky of
like they took anyone who makes art. You can say this about any traumatic event that they've had. They've made art. They've technically monetized it.
Yeah.
You know, my friend Sam has this great show called Sugar Daddy. He grapples. Because the death of his loved one was more recent, so he actively grappled about like, should I even be making this? Is it like tarnishing his name to make this? But like, basically, this reviewer took sort of your jokes about your own grappling with the making the art out of it, and he turned them back on you.
So the reason I joke about, oh, well, I monetize every horrible thing that happens to me is because so much of it is so horrible. It's literally giving people permission to laugh. It's making other people feel comfortable about my trauma and my pain. And the part that's frustrating is I've done so many iterations of suicide jokes to figure out how do you let people laugh at that? Because in essence, it's a child dying.
Yeah.
It's a child taking their own lives. And so it's really difficult for people to be on board. And so I've found the only way I can make people feel okay about her and okay about me is when I'm serious about how much I loved her and how much I miss her. But I also joke, well, I'm profiting off of this because that makes people feel at ease.
Yes.
Of like, well, yeah, she's got a career out of this. She's like a suicide prevention advocate. I feel okay now about this sad thing that fucking happened to her. But then I think I was crying about it the other day because I was like, I literally say these things to make other people feel comfortable about me being able to share myself and my story. How dare you throw that in my face when it's literally designed to almost like make myself smaller and more palatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really mad.
Do you think he understood the show?
I fucking hope so. I fucking hope I'm reading into it. But it's been a comment that's been increasing the more I've done this special. Because the special is predominantly focused on her. And it just makes me so mad. Because I'm like, yeah, I would fucking give up my career in a day if it meant my sister was here, you idiots.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because I think when I learned... Were you doing content? These are probably stupid questions to you, but were you doing content at the time? Had you started? You were so young.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't start making content till like 4 or 5 years after she died, and I didn't even make anything about her.
I was about to say, did it feel like a coming out process to even like touch on that?
Yeah, I didn't make a suicide joke for 7 years.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even make it anything funny for like 15, 16 years because it was so hard.
Well, it's really hard. I mean, I remember my first jokes about my dad, and when I made the joke, one of the jokes in my show, work at an open mic, I lost the recording for some reason.
Oh no.
And I couldn't get it to work for like another year and a half.
Oh,
I told the joke again and again and again, and I couldn't make it funny. And then all of a sudden it just became funny again. I'm not really sure why.
Is it the 9/11 one?
No, that's a great.
I love that
yeah,
joke.
that's one of my favorites. But it was the one about the train being delayed.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I imagine. Did it feel like you were worried about the reception of? I didn't. I had no idea that kids were taking their own lives that young.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I think it was Degrassi. Degrassi basically had no, it's serious. They had a how-to scene for suicide. It's why like 13 Reasons Why came out and all these kids were themselves.
Did they really?
Yeah, it was a huge problem. Psychologists everywhere like wrote to Netflix and was like, you need to take this scene out. There's an uptick. Yeah, they did. There was a discernible uptick when you portray a method of suicide in TV or film. It inspires copycats who are on the verge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only reason why I'm so anal about like responsible portrayal of suicide.
It is wild because you think of it as this big thing that's been planned, but it is wild how much of it comes down to impulsivity. That's sort of like an undercurrent of my show, which is like training your brain not to be so impulsive.
90% of people between the decision and the act, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually it makes sense, I guess, that if a kid is just in that place when they happen to see the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, you were 13. You were a girl. You were going through so much. You didn't have any reference level for how long life is. Like, if I wasn't such a pussy, I would have myself. I used to try to cut myself in the bathroom. It hurt too much. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not cut out for this.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of questions about it?
About her suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I used to have this whole bit in the show where I answered why she did it because there were so many people who asked why.
I'm sure like a lot of people have asked you if you feel like you noticed.
No, it was so impulsive. It was like she wasn't allowed to go to a sleepover, but that was also, she was having problems at school. She was being bullied by boys. She was, there were all these compounding problems, but it was still a very impulsive decision she made at the last second.
It's sort of like, I know when I was feeling that way, it's like nothing good was going on.
Yeah.
And it was just months and months and months of that. And then for whatever reason on this particular day, I just got more lost in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that train was delayed.
Yeah, me too.
Everything turned around.
Yeah. Well, I'm old enough that I was able to look at my life and I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I'm glad I know this is going to sound weird, but I was relieved to hear that you have a brother.
Oh, thank you.
I know that's maybe a fucked up thing to say.
No, it's good.
But
it is fucked up. The
idea of you being alone and carrying that, really,
God.
I didn't know that for years.
Yeah.
And I was worried about you. That's very parasocial.
Yeah.
But I worried about you.
Yeah.
Because I know if I lost my sister.
Is it? Oh, it's just you two, right? Yeah. Greer?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I would. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know.
Dude, yeah. It's rough too. He's had turmoil and he's been suicidal, and that's always like that'll really flip me quick of like, oh, I'm back into PTSD mode now, not you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he'd at least feel extra guilty.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would be like, don't be a fucking dick.
Do you want to talk about eating pussy now?
Yeah, let's go to gay sex.
Now that we've had our lesbian date.
Yeah.
We've opened up about our trauma.
Yeah, our trauma's on the table.
Listener, if you've been listening a while, you know I absolutely love my Helix mattress. And my favorite thing about it is sleeping on it with other people. Because it's comfy. It's comfy enough. I don't even mind when people say the night. That's how comfy it is. It's comfy because I went to helixsleep.com/gaysex and I took their 2-minute mattress quiz and I got the perfect mattress for me. And I know getting a mattress is huge. It's scary, but don't be scared. You got a 100-night trial with Helix and a 10 to 15-year warranty. You're covered. So don't miss out on this award-winning mattress. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress pick by GQ and Wired magazine. It's even recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. And right now, Helix is offering up to 25% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Where were we?
We were talking about gay sex. Oh, I was talking about the first time I had gay sex.
Yeah.
It was a threesome. It was my good friends. They're also YouTubers, Stevie Bobby and Gabby Dunn, who is now Gabe Dunn. But anytime I tell
Gabe
this
has
story,
done the podcast.
Gabe, oh yay!
Yeah.
Yay! Because I asked Gabe, I was like, now that you've transitioned, I was like, did I technically did I have a lesbian threesome? I was like, what does this mean? And Gabe was like, absolutely. I identified as a woman at the time. That was our gay sex moment.
I'm glad that he affirmed you.
Yeah, he did. Because I had a little, I was like, oh, is this just my most bisexual moment? Or does it get to count?
Sometimes I say to my girlfriend, we're open. And, maybe if we hook up in the morning and I know she has a date in the evening, I'll say, congratulations on a truly bisexual day.
Oh, are you only open where she can date men?
No.
Anything.
We're both open. The only thing is that it's just hookups. It's like baby open. I would describe it as like almost hall pass level.
Yeah.
I'll only hook up with like 4 or 5 other women in a year.
Oh, wow.
And she'll only hook up with 4 or 5 other people in a year.
Or do you usually hook up with people who already have primary partners so that it's
I
more
actually don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Interesting.
Mine are so fleeting.
Yeah.
Like truly people that I never see again.
Oh, wow. So it's more like a one night stand on your end. But so
like
it's
if
not
I'm on the road or something and I
Oh.
meet someone nice.
Yeah. So her name is Jen?
Yeah.
Is Jen allowed to, but if it's only hookups, are they allowed to hook up with the same person multiple times?
Yeah, we've done that. Not as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Jen and Ashley State of the Union every month where we talk about these things. And we just kind of take it as it comes.
Uh-huh.
We don't have a lot of rules beyond. We're very lucky that both of us, I feel like the listeners are probably having a great time. Well, the people who came for you might be pissed that you're asking me so many questions.
No.
But the people who are here and hear from me every week, I imagine it must be very nice for them to have such a good interviewer.
Oh my
across
God,
from
of
me.
course.
You're making me think about my own interviewing. And I'm embarrassed.
No, I just
You're
am
a
genuinely
great
curious.
interviewer. I
Thank
did
you.
not expect this from you.
Thank you.
I knew you'd be funny.
Yeah.
And I knew you'd be good to talk to, obviously. But I didn't know that you had such good interviewing skills.
I do. Answer the question now.
Okay, sorry. My apologies.
This is my podcast.
Yeah. No, it can be for the rest. I mean, yeah. Wait, what was the question?
Are you guys allowed to hook up with the same person multiple times?
Yes, we've done that. And I've hooked up with, there's been a handful of women that, like, if I go back to the city, I'm like, would love to see that person again.
Yeah.
But we just let each other know always what is going on, and we check in and we're like, oh, is this something you still want to be doing? And we just have a 20-minute talk max about what's going on. And we make sure we're still on the same page. And very fortunately, we have very similar attitudes.
Okay.
So we don't get into a lot of conflict. If you and your partner have really differing attitudes, that's when it can kind of, it's just like anything else. When you and your partner are not aligned on the values exactly the same way, it just takes more work. It doesn't mean that it's not possible, but it takes more work.
You guys must have really stellar communication then. Because I feel like most of the poly relationships I see where I'm like, yikes, is when they're using openness as an excuse.
Yeah.
Versus like being able to have the emotional intelligence and the communication skills to maintain the potential jealousy, the changing feelings, things like that.
Yeah, I hope we do. It's hard to say, right?
Yeah.
You don't get to see other people's relationships. You can only see your own. But I think the number one thing is that I know that for both of us, if at any point we felt weird, I know she would, in a heartbeat, cut everything off.
Aww.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you trust
it's
her.
not, I 100% trust her.
Wow.
And I think she feels the same way about me. There's like nothing on this planet that I wouldn't do. I mean, Jen is like, the listeners know, like, I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her.
Did you guys start open or was that a decision?
That is another thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have dated twice.
Okay.
The first time we dated for a year, during the pandemic. And at the end, she was like, I'm newly out. She's a little younger than I am. She was like, I want to go be out, explore my queerness, live my life single. I've never really been single. And I was like, go, little bird, fly.
Aww,
It sucked, but it was not, we didn't fight or anything. We just broke up and it was sad. And then we didn't date for a year and a half. Then she called me and, yeah.
She's like, hi.
Yeah, exactly. So
I've explored and here I am.
Yeah.
Back at the doorstep.
So it was really nice. And when we started talking again, I was like, listen, I want to marry you, but I don't want to start dating officially until you're like 100% sure that's what you want to do. And obviously you can't just ask someone to be 100% sure about anything.
Yeah.
So when we started dating again, we were both also seeing other people. And then we were like, oh, this is like working. Maybe this is just something that we do.
Yeah.
And so we turned it from like more casually, hey, how's it going? More casually dating into an open thing.
Wow. So are you guys engaged or do you think that's going to happen?
I am allowed to propose to her
at any time?
at next year, 2025.
What are you, wait.
So I'm working on figuring it out.
Okay.
She doesn't watch these. So
oh, okay, good. What's the plan?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know how I'm going to do it. We've been looking at rings and I asked her, I was like, do you want it to be in a place where we can revisit that place? Or do you want it to be on, because there's benefits to both. You know?
Yeah. What did she say?
She said, I don't know. She's so annoying.
Oh, is she more of what's her vibe?
She is introverted.
Okay.
So I don't know that anyone at home like knows this about her, but she's very quietly confident. She's so funny.
Okay.
She makes great TikToks.
Ooh,
You should go look.
Is she a content creator primarily?
She's an actor.
Okay.
And the content
helps.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that
And she finds it very annoying, but she also knows she needs to do it.
So she's not one for spectacle per se.
No, she does not want to. Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
No. She doesn't
It's not
wanna,
like invite all your friends and family. You've proposed.
family,
they come
I
out.
think, would be cool if they were like hiding somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that she would. I mean, I love her family.
Yeah.
They're lovely people. I think I would like to have it photographed.
Oh yeah, that'd be beautiful.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because it'd be cool to do it somewhere that we could always have that memory and be able to go there again.
Yeah. Would that be New York then?
Yeah. Or like somewhere we could go. Like when I go to Utah on tour, I always bring her when we go skiing. So I was thinking about doing it there.
Somewhere in Utah would be, it's fucking beautiful.
Utah's beautiful.
You could get
also
some.
gay engagement in Utah.
Yeah.
Reparations.
Go off.
Yeah.
Get the Mormons. Show them what is possible. You're fucking John
Utah's
Smith.
Actually really cool, the people there. They're
Yeah.
really cool.
I did a show out there and they were like bigoted but
Did
so
you go to
well
Wise
intentioned.
Guys?
No, I didn't. No, sorry. I did a acting show out there where I was
Oh.
an actress and all the crew was Mormon, but they were like so sweet because
They're very nice.
we had a trans storyline and all the crew was like, this wouldn't be a problem if you just didn't dress like a girl. And you had to be like, no, Carl, like, actually, that's how he identifies deep down. Or like, my hairdresser was like, everyone just wants to be gay because they hear about
That's
it.
really funny that they were like, this wouldn't be a problem if you just didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy. Like if you would stop doing it, please.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
I know.
Because they're so like, they've been so indoctrinated that it's like fine if they think it, but don't do it.
Yeah.
That they don't realize that they're gay or trans or whatever.
No. And
Yeah.
they're just so innocent.
They're very innocent.
It's like innocent bigots. It like really gave me a lot of compassion.
You know what's so funny about Jen is when we were in Utah, we had to hitchhike while we were in Utah.
Oh my God.
Long story, I won't get into it. But I was really nervous when we hitchhiked because this family, this group of people, they drove us and they were like, how do you two know each other? And me being a little bit older, I'm 8 years older than her, I get the millennial gay like shit, like are these people Mormon?
Yeah.
Are they gonna hurt us?
Yeah.
I have you've heard my coming out story.
Yeah.
It was not easy.
Yeah.
And Jen's was beautiful. Her parents were I mean, they didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
She didn't even really come out. She was just like, I'm dating women. And they were like, okay.
Yeah.
And so she always answers right away. Oh, we're gay together. Oh, we eat each other's pussies.
Gay together.
Yeah. You know, and I'm so sorry that I did that.
No.
And you know, they didn't care, but she is so confident and so brave, and you would have no idea if you didn't know her. But she always speaks her mind. She never like takes shit, but she always this is now a podcast about my girlfriend.
Yeah, this is about Jen. No,
Yeah.
I love her. I'm in love with her now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She there's no bravado
Yeah.
about her confidence. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's really cool.
She sounds beautiful.
And she also has like a great ass.
The perfect woman.
Yeah, she is. She's the perfect woman.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, well, if I don't talk about your gay sex, people are going to get mad. And do you have to run?
No, you're good. You're
Okay.
good. My gay sex story. What happened? Oh, yes. So I had sex with Gabby and Stevie because...
Oh, right. The threesome.
Yes. Or sorry, Gabe and Stevie. But yeah, I came out as bisexual and they were like, we didn't know. And I was like, yeah, well, I've never had sex with a woman.
Right. When you were going through your coming out process, your
Yes.
friend Ash had really inspired you.
Yes.
And then did you come out on the internet?
I
or-
came out at the Streamy Awards on like live because I was drunk and like the gay marriage stuff was happening. And I was like, support us queers or whatever the fuck I said.
And everyone was like, us?
Yeah. They were like, oh my God, she's a gay. And so Gabby and Stevie, like in our hotel room at the Streamies, we just had like a lovely night. It was my first time having sex with women. And I was just like, I was so nervous. It's the first time I ever...
Were they dating?
No, but they've had multiple threesomes together. They're really great. They're mommy and daddy gay now. But back then they were both mommy gay.
I love the idea that you have this friend that you just have random threesomes with.
Yes. They've had so many random threesomes with people. And I was like so ready to be inaugurated.
Did you know that they had been having threesomes
They
with
told
people?
me. They told me. They were like, we can both fuck you.
Bro, this was planned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They targeted me for sure the moment I came out. And
Predators.
I loved it.
Absolute predators.
Yeah. And it was just so... It was so nice. I don't know. It was just so
How did
different.
how did it start? Because this is the thing with threesomes.
Yeah.
How they begin, I've now had two.
Good for you.
Thank you. They are a mystery.
Yeah.
How they ever happen is a miracle.
Yeah.
So you guys were all just hanging out?
We were all hanging out.
And they have the advantage because they've fucked people before together.
Yes. And then I'd mentioned I've never had sex with women, but I'm bi. But like, how can I know if I've never had sex with women? I mean, you know, you like put something down.
I know? How could they know?
I don't know.
Maybe there's like a way that two really confident hotties could teach me.
And they did. They did. It was funny because Stevie's very voyeuristic. So like Gabby and I were making out on the bed and Stevie likes to stand and watch.
Bro, I have to give it up for the voyeur.
Yeah.
In my threesome, some of the best parts has just been watching girls kiss.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much I loved watching girls kiss until they're right there in
Oh my
front
God.
of you kissing and you're allowed to stare at them.
Are you a porn girly?
Not really.
Okay. So then you were like, I haven't seen this.
I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
But I guess there's a performance.
I've been around.
I've watched a couple.
But you don't see it like when you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the porn felt male gazy, performative,
Sure.
fake in a way.
How
where-
did it feel for you being watched?
I liked it. I mean, I'm an actor. I'm a performer, Ashley. Who am I if I don't have an audience?
I get that.
Yeah. I don't know. I really liked it. And it was like so interesting from the perspective of like, oh, yes, I am very bisexual. I am not just trying to be interesting.
Yeah.
This was great. And bless Gabe. He was like, is there anything you want to try? Is there anything you want to do? And I was
Oh
like,
my
I don't
God.
know. Like, I'm just a I don't know what can we even do. I'm just a little baby gay. And they had like toys and stuff. They were so, it was like getting
Bro,
your-
if it wasn't wholesome, I'd be like, this is predatory.
Yeah, no, it was so wholesome. So wholesome. They were so like, we are your teacher now. We show
Isn't
you
that
the way.
like the beautiful thing about being gay that doesn't
Yeah.
really exist in any other community is I think sometimes it gets lost in translation on younger gays as like, you could almost see it as creepy.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's very much like, we know no one has taught this to you, and we're going to teach you, but also we're fucking you.
Yeah.
We are teaching and fucking at the same time, and that is such a beautiful... I have often been the more experienced partner,
Yeah.
and it's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's so... I don't understand the lesbians who are like, no baby gays. I'm like, please.
Yeah.
What a... To be a part of their first steps.
Yeah. A shepherd
words?
with
Yes.
the lambs.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I like being taught. I'm a fast learner. I'm always like, yeah, I didn't know for a long time. I was like, well, I never get hit on by women. And one of my friends was like, babe, you always have long nails. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And so like there's been
Well, I would have hit on you.
oh, thank you, Ashley.
There's no obstacle.
Thank you.
You could have a boyfriend there. I'd do my best.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
You would be fine. You would score.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but it was such a great experience, and then I just really felt held and taught throughout that, and I was like, okay, I feel emboldened. They just like pat me on the back and threw me into the universe after that.
Did Stevie ever jump in?
Oh yeah, Stevie jumped in. So you're just like sandwiched by two beautiful women.
Oh my god.
I was like, wow, what a life I lead.
The booby sandwich that I've had has been pretty nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. It's been a minute for me. I'm not gonna lie.
How did your other twosomes or threesomes come about? There were two threesomes. Did the stars align? Did you do a potion?
I think one of them was like a first date that they were on.
As a couple? And
They
you
were
just
a
walked in?
couple, and they were at a show. I might cut the show part because these back to back don't look amazing, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then two friends at a show.
See, this is the thing about being a comedian now.
I know.
Comedians can fuck because all you want is someone who's funny and charming, and then you get talent crushes on them.
Yeah.
And then you're like...
It's not fair.
Yeah. But also, it's so much less creepy as a woman comedian.
Oh,
So
sure.
much less.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just like, yeah, go fuck that couple. Yeah. Just watch you on stage.
Well, a lot of times they'll DM you,
Yeah.
so it's like a direct
Yeah.
invitation. You know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
What was I gonna say? Oh, are you? And you're single now.
Yeah. Yeah. I was taking a break from the apps because I was just like, you know what? I really want to focus on my career because I get really, like you with Jen, I get really obsessed with my person and I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
I don't know why you would say that about me.
I mean, welcome to Gen Sex. This is our
We're having
girlfriend's
sex with
podcast
Jen.
now. Yeah. But yeah, I just get really obsessed with a person. I'm really jealous and possessive, so I can't do open, but I wish I could. And I tend to have an orbiting thing. Like I'm just really invested and I'll orbit. So I was like, let me work on myself. Let me work on my career for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you just waiting to see if someone comes in, or is it like?
Yeah, I think I'm off the apps. I think I'm good with them. I'm just kind of like, let me meet people in person. Let me like.
I'm surprised to hear that you were ever on apps. I would think apps for you would be chaos.
Raya is okay. Hinge was definitely dicey where there were fans who were pretending they weren't fans. And I don't mind if someone's like, I'm a fan of your work, I like your stuff. But it's when you pretend you don't know who I am, I don't like.
Yeah, because then it's like you're hiding something.
Yeah, you're lying.
You really like my stuff, and you're worried maybe too much that you like my stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just don't be weird about it.
Yeah.
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 Have you had that? Have you had fans or you met and oh, that sucks.
Oh yeah. I've had to put big boundaries up around that.
Fuck. Have you been tricked? Like they've admitted it post-coital?
I don't know, actually. Probably I've been tricked, but to this day I don't know.
Oh wow. They're playing the long game.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I had one that really set everything for me after
Oh my God. Yeah, who was that?
a horse girl.
A horse girl.
Yeah, she was really attractive and really smart, and really funny,
Good for her.
talented.
Good for her.
This was during me and Jen's break, and it actually scared me on paper how great this girl was. But then fortunately, she proved to be cuckoo bananas So it was very easy for me to walk away.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And-
like it when they reveal they're crazy and you're like, bye-bye.
It's nice now that I can walk away, honestly.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, maybe I matched with this. The dilemma that I'm going through right now is
Yeah.
I matched with this girl on Hinge. And she's from around here. Stupid gorgeous.
Okay.
And then I said, I probably shouldn't talk. I should save this for the next episode. But,
Yeah.
like, I gave her my phone number.
Uh-huh.
We had a back and forth that I was like, she is funny, but she also, I used the word chav.
What's that?
It's like a British word for like trash.
Okay.
But it's also an acronym.
Okay.
Council Housing Assisted. Like, I didn't know it was an acronym for something.
Yeah.
And apparently I think it's like quite a derogatory term and maybe a term we shouldn't be using.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know that because like British people had like told me about that term recently.
Okay.
Like, oh, that's like a chavvy guy.
Okay.
And her reaction, I used it to be like funny
Yeah.
and to show that I know the lingo. And she was like, oof, the derogatory word. And I was like, did I just like say a slur in the fucking chat and I didn't know? And I said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like in America, I was just told that this is what trash is.
Yeah.
And then we like picked up the conversation. It was fine.
Okay. So what are you overthinking now?
Well, then I was like, here's my number. Text me if you want to hang out. I don't check this a lot. She never texted me.
Okay.
This is all, we're just talking at this
Yeah.
point. But like, she never texted me. She did reply in the app and she was like, yeah, I'd love to hang out. Just like name where and when. And I thought that was a little, I don't know. I don't have to not text her. I mean, I don't have to be.
Yeah.
It's okay if she doesn't want to give me her number.
Yeah.
I just was also like, you live here. I don't know.
Maybe it is that thing where it's like you said the slur and she's like, oh no, is this person actually not that cool? And you've explained it away. So she's like, okay, yeah, I'm
Could
down
be.
to meet. And then once maybe you actually meet in person.
And now she feels
She'll
that
see
I
it.
need more effort, but I'm also feeling from hers that
Yeah.
she wasn't exactly like, I don't know. I just think it's so obvious. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Online is hard though. People say one little thing and you're like,
exactly. And I think that's just kind of what's
Yeah.
happened on both sides.
So I think you just need to see her in person.
I know, but now I
Yeah.
have to pick like a place and a time, and I'm like,
Pick somewhere
it's
you're
her.
close to.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Yeah.
just make her come to me. I don't
Yeah.
want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If she's the one being like, yeah, you pick a time and a place. Just be like,
now I'm just so worried I'm gonna like offend her again.
but you're also, I think when she listens to your accent, knows you're super American, she could be like, oh, you were literally just told this is a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so many European people get that once they talk. They're like, oh, you're so American.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
fucking know anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
I don't know what chav is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was like,
Yeah.
everyone here
Exactly.
says
Like trash.
yeah. Yeah.
That's what I thought it meant.
Yeah.
But anyway, it gets darker.
It gets darker.
Going on tour.
Going on, sir.
Anything else you'd like to promote?
Nope, just that. Everything else is in development.
Yeah.
It's nowhere.
But when it comes out, we would love to promote it.
Thank
This
you.
was huge. This is not to be corny, but this is like one of my little,
Yay!
you know,
So
check.
glad.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been Gay Sex, Thana Akana. You can follow Ashley Gavin. She's on tour with My Therapist is Dying.
It's not on tour.
It's gonna be on tour soon. Are you touring with it?
I don't know. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys for listening. This episode is made possible by our Patreon. We do 2 bonus episodes a month for just $5, 4 a month for 10. If you only want to donate $1, you still get live streams with me. I occasionally do live streams with everybody, video chat. And if you want to do 3, you'll get my weekly show streams. It really, really helps. We can't make this podcast without it. So consider giving that $1, Bottom. Come on, Bottom. Come on. Top's been topping. I've been thrusting. I've been behind you for 4 years, lifting you up, Bottom. Can you not give me $1? Patreon.com/WHGS. And I'm going on tour. AshleyGavin.com. I will text you when I'm in your city.